Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lizard Brains podcast. I'm your host, DJ Alessandrini. I'm joined by my co-host, Tom O'Gorman. Tom, how's it going? Your hair looks stellar today, by the way.
Oh, thanks. It's pretty overgrown. I need to get it cut. I'm doing okay. How are you? Your hair looks excellent as well, I must say.
Yes, thanks. Maybe you can share some of yours. That'd be great.
Actually, your beard game is on point today.
Oh, is it? This is just me not shaving. Oh, hey, Ito, look what shirt I'm wearing. Ito just joined. I'm wearing his shirt.
merch.
So, yeah, the beard is just not trimmed right now. But thank you, Tom, for noticing that I haven't trimmed my beard. I will say,
anytime.
While we're complimenting each other's appearances, your scruff is looking mighty scruffy.
Oh, thanks. Scruff. I don't know what I'm doing okay. How are you?
Okay, good. I'm good. Just got back from the Lincoln Pro Solo, which only like 120 people are at. But guys, what are y'all doing? That event was great. The courses were super good. I really enjoyed the courses, which normally like at a Pro Solo, the courses are kind of simple. And I think these like kind of fell into that, like that the courses were pretty simple, but they had like very rewarding elements to them that made the courses like super fun. So
that's good. I watched your video on my break today, so I didn't really get to focus on it, but it looked like it was kind of big and fast and whatever.
Yeah. With like sweepers.
Also, I think there's something to an undersubscribed event that really does make it a little more there's something to like a big billboard, like the event is sold out, there's tons of people there, and that all feels cool. But there is something about like kind of a sleepy event where like it's maybe half sold out and like you don't feel the like hustle and bustle and chaos of it as much. It's a little more relaxed and chill. Like I kind of like days like that, like 40, 50 people there instead of 100.
Well,
100 people there instead of 300, whatever the capacity is.
Yeah, you know? Yeah. It was a little weird. Like the Pro Solo was a little weird because I just realized that I have my lights on too bright, so I'm very shadowy, but maybe I'll fix it in a second. They only had 2 heats. So you would run and then you would work and then they would run and then you would work. Like that's it and there was like breaks in between all the heats to give you time to go get your car or get to your work assignment. So, you know, like normally
like a local event.
Yeah, it was like a local Pro Solo, which like I don't know, I'm kind of down if your site like I don't know how much these drag trees cost or what all other logistics are involved, but a local Pro Solo, I don't know. I'd sign up for that. Is that a thing? Do people do that? Are there regions out there that do that?
Regions do it. I'm pretty sure Cincinnati region has the ability to do that. Although maybe they only do it on one. They do one course with a green light start.
Okay.
I'm sure most people listening to our podcast know what a Pro Solo is, but it's essentially an autocross with a drag strip tree start. So your start actually matters.
Lugard said Packwood did it before the lights got stolen. Who would steal the lights? What are they doing with it? Is it just like hanging on their wall? Like, what would you even do with a drag tree?
It would look cool.
It's like at some.
But how do you steal it? That's the bigger question.
It's at some cart track somewhere, just like the stolen race car in your dad's cart track.
Someone check Lugard's basement.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
start at the source.
Yeah, Lugard's over here like, I don't know who stole it, but man, they're sexy.
They sure are awesome.
They sure are
That's
awesome.
fun. You were driving a different Supra.
Yeah.
Right? Was it also a manual?
It was. It was exactly the same as Tamra's, but on the stock shocks and a different sway bar.
And is Tamra changing her shocks?
She is.
Oh,
well, kinda.
MCS Supra shocks for sale.
Yeah, not to take away from like a future like Tamra story or whatever, but she's gonna try the OEM fronts and then MCS rears, which is like pretty popular in street class right now. So she's gonna give that a shot. But the car was really easy. It was fast. It was fun. It was great, and I think the extra rate of the front sway bar like really helped it out a lot. And yeah, I adapted to the car pretty fast. Like I only did like 3 or 4 test and tune runs, and then I got to drive an F mod for some test and tune runs, which, you know, I know F mod gets a bad rap, Tom. That was that's what it made through the entire course is exactly that noise.
You liked it?
It was pretty fun. I was told it was on dead tires, and it was on like transit suspension. So it was going to be like extra spicy. And my goodness, it was really spicy.
What is transit suspension? Like they put the suspension on for trailers for the trailer
Yeah,
ride,
yeah, you don't use the like expensive like polymer like because they ride on like rubber pucks, like that's their suspension. So
right?
like they put I guess they have different suspension for the travel so they don't wear out because it's like a wear item, like the springs like slash bushings
Yeah.
that they drive around on. So they have like transit suspension.
So not a van, not a Ford Transit. There was a little. I saw this on a for sale ad. To some, it was on Autocrosser. Some dorks were going back and forth about whether the miles on the trailer counted for the age of the shock. You know, if the car has never been on the street,
Mm,
but it gets trailered across the country, do the shocks still count as not street driven? I was like, oh my god.
mm.
But I guess it's a reasonable thought.
I mean, I guess if you towed the car around enough, the shocks would eventually wear out. Like
I guess.
there's a lot of like in between like the road and the car. Like the trailer has suspension. Presumably, if it doesn't have suspension, then like this is a wild trailer. And what is that car doing
Yeah.
on the back of it? As the tires are just bouncing all around. So,
I
uh,
usually don't think of suspension as wear items either.
well,
I guess it is though. Sorry,
yeah.
I'm sidetracking us. Tell us more about this F mod and then Supra.
So the F mod was fun, and I got to have a nice little test and tune battle, and I lost because I coned my last run. Um, but the scratch time was good, so I
Who are you
won it.
battling, Larry
No, I was battling.
Jackson?
No, I was battling Tamra. We had a test and
Oh,
tune
fun.
battle because she also got runs in the F mod. But so she beat me. She has mod experience, so that's my excuse. But I did have a faster scratch time, and I barely hit that cone. Let's be honest. So, anyways,
And the
yes,
sun was in your eyes, right?
yeah, and some other excuse. I was thirsty. I don't know, like. So, yeah, the Supra drove really good. It was easy to get the hang of, and we actually did the first heat. So I was leading after the first heat, and then it was wet for the second heat, or like drying conditions. You know how like the corn side course always dries first. So the left side was just like
Yep.
not worth it. And then it was actually like this crazy lightning storm that came through. It didn't rain all that much. It rained enough to make it wet, but the lightning was insane. It was just like flashing constantly. We were all hiding in Jay Bullington's. He has this new trailer and like canopy. You know, like IMSA teams, like the canopies that they have, and they like it like
Yes.
hooks to the like the stacker trailer. That's what Jay has.
Yep.
So like everyone sheltering from the storm was basically hanging out in Jay's tent, which was super nice.
Sure.
Uh, so Lugat says, hide under the giant metal thing. Yeah, I'm not metal. It will go around me.
Yeah, that was my thought too.
So
But screw those awnings. Oh my god. I don't pity whoever has to set that up, whether it's him or somebody else.
I asked him, and he said that he gets help because I was like, I don't know how you do this like on your own. And he's like, no, I get
It's
help.
like a 3-person job.
Yeah, that's basically what he said. So I didn't know you knew so much about stacker trailer canopies, Tom. I guess back in
Mr.
the
Gig work.
gig work. Yep. Dang.
Yep.
So you've
Ride
set
and drive work.
yeah, you've set those up. I take it.
Plenty.
Yeah. All right. Sick. Uh anyway, so we were just not gonna run. Just because like why? It's a pro solo, it's only like fastest time. And it's not like I need super wet experience for nationals or whatever. So it was just kind of like, it's whatever. But then we kind of saw like some dry corners of the pavement blocks like showing up. And we're like, well, maybe I won't get dry runs, but Tom, you should have some kind of energy in the tires and you might get dry runs because he was second driver after the first heat. And yeah,
Yep.
he went out there and got basically dry runs, especially on the right side. But what we noticed when we were like getting ready is that while the car was in like sport mode, the sport mode was like custom tuned because the last time Tom drove the car was on a racetrack and it was wet and he went in, I think he went in to change the suspension mode to normal because it was kind of wet. And then he realized, oh crap, it's been on normal this whole time. And my one complaint with like the stock shocks is that they just feel like a little underdamped. It just felt like the car was like too floppy. And then sport mode fixed it, Tom. The car felt like agile and like easy to place, and So I went out in sport mode in the slightly wet conditions and kind of dry conditions on the right side. And it was like a completely different car. So I was like really looking forward to Sunday because I was like, oh, like I felt like I was really in tune with how the car was going to drive and like what I needed to do on the course and my visuals and all that stuff. I felt like Tom O'Gorman out there basically, at least on the right side. Um, which like that's saying something, everyone. Uh, and so I felt good about my right side, but Tom on the left side, I don't know if you noticed, but my left side was significantly slower than the right side, and I think they should have been around the same time. Uh, the left
I missed that
side,
part. No.
okay, I was like 7/10 slower on the left side. The left
Okay.
side, the Supra A pillars were perfectly placed to block all the things I wanted to look at like throughout the run. So like I kept doing like the head thing where you're just moving your head around and
Yeah.
you trying to see it. And I just could never see the cone. So like that was just costing me like little bits of time, like every single spot where the A pillars were like, and it wasn't just the one on the left, it was the one on the right too. It was like also blocking stuff that I wanted to look at. They were
Weird.
so
Okay.
perfectly placed to completely like bamboozle my approach to the course. So yeah, that's why my left side was like so much slower than the right, is because I couldn't look at the things I wanted to look at.
You should write a letter to SCCA to allow like A pillar deletes in street.
I was talking
That
to
that sounds like a safety issue. You can't see where you're going. That's very dangerous.
Yeah, I was talking to Tom DeYoung, the car owner, about like how we should just take this thing straight to F prepared so we can get rid of the A pillars. Uh,
Yeah, lop it off.
yeah, just get it off. And then he brought up that it would probably be easier to start from the BMW Z4, and I was like, okay, this is why you have a Supra and I have a Corolla. So
The Janetta's bad with that too, actually, because you sit really, really far out in the cockpit of that car.
you
Like your
mean
shoulders all the way out to the door. Like you,
oh
a lot of cars, especially smaller cars, you tend to sit fairly interior to them.
like you're saying like in the
For example,
middle,
like
like to the inside of
towards
the
the middle
car?
of the car.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't really remember thinking the Supra was funky like that. The Janetta's definitely, you sit really, really, really out far, so you're kind of just like the A pillars right in your
Right.
face,
Yeah. So you don't have
and
like a
it
lot
does
of
become a
room.
problem.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of room to look
Yep.
around it. Yeah. I don't know if
Hmm.
I think the Supra just has giant A pillars. It's kind of like a tank in that thing, anyways. Like you don't have the best visibility. And the
Yeah.
suspension's so soft that like when you get on throttle, you're kind of like halfway looking at the sky anyways. So yeah.
Yeah.
Lugard was joking around that he knew what all my inputs were because the car would just be lurched in that direction. And I was
Sure.
like, yeah, that's kind of how it felt driving it too. So um
Do you so you liked can you verbalize what it did better? I guess I'm curious.
it was just easier to
I've
place
seen them on camera, but it was just better. It was just easier to drive,
it was
easier to
just easier
place.
to place, like especially the front
Mm.
of the car. I think the sway bar helps a lot. I think it's like 150% stiffer than stock, and is that 50% stiffer than stock, or is that twice? And then like is that 2.5 times stiffer than stock? I always get confused on the percentages. I'm not entirely. Is 150% stiffer than stock? Is that 2.5 times stiffer than stock,
No, I think it's
or is it just 1.5 times stiffer than stock?
oh no. They're gonna tell us in the chat.
Somebody
We don't have to
save
figure
me.
this out.
It's 50% is what Lugat says. So all right. So
Yeah.
just that little bit I think helped the car a lot. So uh I'm curious so Tamara's running the MCS rears and then just the stock shocks this weekend. And I'm curious what her impression is. Cuz I don't think anybody else is doing that. I know Mike Leader, well, guys, we're getting real nerdy about autocross, so just hang on, everyone. Um,
We
okay, I'm taking Tom on for a journey here, and uh, so I know Mike Leader tried his electronically controlled front shocks on his Camaro, and then MCSs in the rear, and he ended up just swapping in conies on the front for like a D Street type of setup, and he really likes
Mhm.
it. He was raving about it under this tent when we were hiding from lightning, this metal tent while we were hiding from lightning. Uh, so I know that like that ended up working on his Camaro. So I don't even know if they make Coney yellows for a Supra, but I don't know. Don't count it out, everyone. This might be the meta.
I'm glad you had an experience where you drove a less screwed with version of a car and liked it better, because that's my lived experience with these street class autocross cars. the rule set, in my opinion, is completely convoluted, and the things you're quote unquote allowed to do sends people into left field so often. And my experience with these cars is that they are just the best when you just leave them alone. So I'm kind of glad you at least got an experience like that.
Yeah, think about it. I mean, besides,
I've driven different ones than you, to be fair. So like a
yeah,
Camaro and a twin are like a different thing, but
correct. Uh, Minus the cost of what the Supra costs, which is it is an expensive car. It's like a $60,000 car. Uh, the prep, theoretically, if the stock shocks are like the way to go, uh, I know Tamara still wants to play around with the MCSs, but theoretically, a $300 sway bar is like all you would need to be like competitive in that class currently, which is, I don't
that
know,
would be beautiful.
that's pretty cool. You know, minus the $60,000 car, but besides that, $300. Come on, what a deal, everyone.
Yeah, but there's so many people who getting a car like that's not a problem. They're going to lease it. They're going to get a new one in a couple years. They're already on their car journey. So they're just kind of like trading up or trading left and right, kind
Yeah.
of lateral moves.
But also,
that's probably 70% of autocross street class people.
yeah. But also, like the Supra is in a weird space where it's depreciating so slowly. Like 2020s are still like mid 50s. And it's a 6-year-old car at this point, and it's sold for like mid 50s. So like,
why is that?
It's just
are they rare?
It's the best BMW engine that has ever been made in the realm of like reliability. And I know there's gonna be some BMW like freaking nerds in here. I already see Anthony chatting, even though he's not a BMW nerd. But like Toyota took that BMW engine and then they Toyotafied it. Like they replaced all the gaskets and weird stuff that like causes like weird BMW issues. And now it's just like it's a BMW that has like the Toyota treatment. So they're super reliable. I think they have a pretty timeless look and they're pretty entertaining to drive. So like I think like also that car, like when me and Peter borrowed Dave Marcus's Supra for one lap, we got significantly more attention in that Supra than we ever did in that bright green Cayman GT4. Like maybe we had like one or two people at the gas station asking us how fast the Cayman went. But the Supra was like people wanting us to do burnouts and rev it, and like at the gas station was like people like were just walking around it just with their mouths open, and like people absolutely loved the Supra. So, and especially kids, like kids love the Supra more than anything. I think a Cayman would drive by and they're like, man, whatever, where's the Supra, right? So
yeah,
like 20 years from now, the Supra's I feel like it's gonna have the same thing that happened with like the NSX or the S2000 or like any of these other like cars where like when you were a high schooler
or the last Supra
where like the people that are finally in a position to buy one will spend whatever they need to spend to get them. So like the Supra could very well be one of the last like super appreciating cars before like cars just turn into electric pods that we order on our phones and sit in.
Maybe that's what it stands for. Super appreciating.
Oh my God.
Like Mopar stands for more power.
Geez. Okay. Actually, you know what? That's just the show. It was going to be a short one today anyway. So Tom, take us out. No, I'm playing.
I'm goofing.
But
you got third on PAX too, right?
Yep. If I would have just been able to put together
so many points for your account.
Ooh, that's not how it works, but it doesn't look at PAX. Shoot. So
it should.
Yeah. I also was second qualifier for the Super Challenge, which is pretty cool. And then I would have totally made the brackets. I made it through K1 or K2 or whatever one I was in. And then in K3, my left side time, that was probably my best executed left side time like the whole weekend. And then I go over to the right side, I freaking red light. So I was done. Dang it. Sucks to suck.
Sucks.
Yeah.
That's a page out of my book. I like famously suck at those. And I often red light them.
So launching the car was weird. Like you didn't want any wheel spin. You wanted like a little bit of clutch slip, but you couldn't shock it. So like you kind of released the clutch kind of slow. And I was getting better at like how to like set the load into the rear with the spinning, like the momentum of the engine with the clutch release. So I was getting like kind of better and better and better at that. And I went over to the right side and I was like doing that a split second before the third yellow light turned on because it was like kind of slow. and I would cut like a 600 light or whatever. And then this time I just like must have caught the clutch a little early and just I did a 482 red light, and it was just like, dang it, because like in the twin, I feel like I could launch a mid 500 every single time because it's just you just come off the clutch. There's nothing weird and there's no timing. It's just whatever my natural timing of how I want to come off the clutch is, and I just
Yep.
anticipate the third light, and it's a mid 500 every time. This car, it had some like more convoluted steps to get like a good light. At least in my brain, I know other people were just like, "Oh, it's easy. I just do this," and I'm like, when I do that, it's a 750 light. Like that's not going to work. So
Yeah.
so I knew that like the lights were going to be like my downfall in the challenge, just because it felt like I was, even though like if you look at the results, my lights looked kind of consistent, but it didn't feel consistent to me. It just kind of like ended up being consistent, but I didn't have a like a down system that felt like I could do that every time. It felt like I kind of got lucky every single time I launched the car.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I guess thinking back, the launch used to stress me out about Pro Solo so much. And I love Pro Solo. It's two courses side by side. It feels like the closest thing to wheel autocross you get to do. Rolling into the staging lanes side by side, like from grid, feels badass. I
yep.
love that part of it. But like the launch itself, I could do without. I don't really want to have to be able to perfectly launch the car.
Yeah. I mean,
Just feels like you're saying, it feels like a roulette. It feels like it's like a thing I'm not in control of, really.
well, so I tried to come up with like a system to be as in control of as possible. I could try to be like, okay, I'm gonna shallow stage. I'm gonna lift my foot 1 inch off the firewall and then release, or like, because you have all these things where you can like move these levers of like what the timing is and like how you should launch the car. The thing that made this super tough is I was getting really good 60-foot times if I didn't shock the rear tires. So I was trying to like release into the clutch slowly, so like the rear would load, and then like first gear was like a really good gear ratio for just like if the tires were hooked up and it was floored, it would be like just at the limit of adhesion. You would be accelerating like really quickly. And it has enough like down low torque that you don't have to have it spun up and have some tire spin or whatever. You just needed the thing to like grab in and go, right? And like that was a really good 60 foot. If you look at my 60 foots, it was matching the automatic Supras, which like I don't think that normally happens. Um so like I felt like I had how to get the car rolling like really well. The problem is I couldn't figure out how to do that and cut a good light at the same time. So like that's what my issue
Sure.
was. But normally, Tom, I come up with like a system where you can like move stuff. Either you like anticipate the third light or you react to the third light. That's like that moves it one way or the other by like a tenth and a half. Um, you can adjust like where your clutch is set. You can adjust like how you're staged. You can adjust RPMs. You can adjust all these other stuff to like change how the car launches. And because I was kind of felt like I was a little pigeonholed into like this is the way the car wants to be set into the clutch, I kind of didn't figure out, at least in my time in the car, figure out like ways to turn the launch into like a system where it's like, okay, I just do all these things and it's always within like this. And then in the
Yep.
CST car, I feel like I have that in the D Street car as well. But in the Supra, just a little bit faster. You're not like spinning up the tires or anything like that. Uh, I didn't quite have it, so I knew that was going to be like a weakness of mine going in the challenge, and it showed.
Sure.
So would have been cool
Well,
if I made it to the brackets. I felt good about my driving this weekend. So
when you say make it to the brackets, that's like the final 8.
yeah, final 8. So then you just have 3 more rounds, and then like you're the winner, or you're in third.
Yeah. Right. Got it.
Yeah. Raul, do you
Are you
people work? Yeah, dude, it's 4:30. What do you work until?
I gotta say, it's been storming here for like a day and a half straight. I'm sure people have seen the storms in Ohio and northern Kentucky and stuff. Are you getting storms up there, or is it mostly like Columbus and South? Because they've been crazy down here.
Dude, on my way home from Lincoln, I was there was a tornado off to my left, and there was a tornado like in front of me, and there was like one behind me, and I'm like, well, I can't stop moving. I just gotta keep
You're
going.
the only girl in town.
I don't know what
Jimmy
that.
Buffett.
Okay.
Sorry. You could literally see them.
No. It's just my radar
Okay.
was saying that like it's like tornado warning and this and that, and so I pulled up. What is my radar app? Radar scope. You know the one that we use at racetracks. Hold on, now I gotta look.
Yeah.
Uh,
While you look, I'm finishing my thought. It's just that it feels like 10 o'clock at night because it's been dark out for like over 24 hours with storm clouds in the sky.
radar scope. Yep,
Find it?
that's what it's called. Yeah. So radar scope is
Gotcha.
like I feel like that's the best radar app. Anybody using something different is you're looking at some like some you're not looking at the raw data. You got to look at the raw
The
data.
raw data.
You got to look at, yeah. See, Kelsey, she knows. She says radar scope is the good one, or a good one. I guess I changed the words a little bit. Anyways, so I could see that there was like a big cell next to me, and it has a little red square, and the red square means that like tornadoes are in process. And then there was one behind me, and there was one in front of me, and I'm just like, well, and I was getting kind of tired because you're tired from the Pro Solo weekend, but I'm like, I can't stop now. I just got to keep going. I gotta wait till I like outrun all these tornadoes and stuff. So
it's been crazy.
It has been crazy. Normally this only lasts like a week or two, and then it goes back to like boring weather, which is great.
Yeah, I feel like this kind of weather usually happens in Ohio in like May. But either way, I'm glad it'll be gone soon.
Okay. So
my go ahead. Sorry,
I was gonna ask what did you do this weekend? You do like some sim racing? I know you didn't do any like real motorsports.
I know. Yeah, I had kind of an off week. I'm in a little bit of a lull in my season right now, which is completely fine. My dopamine hits for the week have been I uploaded my stint, a part of my stint from the Zenith Watkins Glen race. And it's the battle that I had with Tyler in the BMW that I told you guys about on the podcast. But I edited together my in-car footage with the stream, and the algorithm took it off. And it's like, normally you post a video and it's like 50 to 200 views is like, that's what you're going to get after a week. It's like 3,000. So I feel like Eric Catil over here just freaking gears and gasoline. I'm like an influencer now. So that's been fun.
Dang. Well, so you're going to let your new job know that you're now an influencer content creator, and you gotta chase your passions and dreams.
No, but the job is the other dopamine hit, because they told me it usually takes 4 to 6 weeks for training, and it can take up to 3 months depending on how you take to it, because it's really fast paced. But like I said, it kind of feels like working timing and scoring, or like working some stuff that I've done. So I'm on halfway through week 3, and they're like, you'll be on your own next week.
Sick.
So I'm like, yes, okay, now I got to get really good at it. So they give me shifts, because they rank there's 5 difficulty levels I've learned based on how easy the auctioneer is to understand and how fast it goes. And if there's certain, like California has certain laws that you have to know about with running like the sale end of stuff. So my goal is to get as good at it as I can so I can max my hours out.
So
it's clicking.
Yeah.
Give me the dopamine. It's good.
Good. That's cool that they kind of gamify it a little bit, where like you have like different like tiers. It's like that's kind of going after the lizard a little bit, is it not?
It does feel like kind of a gamer job.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
which it's kind of like it seems like a lot of retired people and a lot of like office people. I'm like, this is like a video gamer job. Some of the people I'm training with, I'm like, this is not going to be your thing. Like if you're fighting with the tech just to get like teams open, I don't know if this is going to be yours.
Dang. Ooh, watching people fight.
That's why it takes 3 months.
Dude, watching people fight with technology is like, that's like the hardest thing. It's so hard to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, I hung out with my brother and sister-in-law all weekend. My parents got back on Sunday, so we hung out again. I think they got back Sunday. Yeah, I didn't do much. I didn't do a lot of sim racing. My power and internet was out for like 36 hours.
Nice.
So I couldn't really do that Monday.
Yeah. We tried to record yesterday, and then your internet was not together.
Yeah.
And guys, we tried to record yesterday. If you're in the Discord, like we put out little announcements of like when we're going to try to record and stuff. And when Tom joined, he had 5,000 ping, which is like a 5-second delay. So I'd be like, hey Tom, what's going on? And then 5 seconds would go by, and he'd go, oh, nothing much. And I'm like, okay, I just thought you weren't there. Like,
yeah,
the episode would have not worked.
Nope.
No.
The other good news I shared about the Mazda Motorsports thing, driving the SMX car.
Yep, I saw that you signed
Pretty sure
up.
it's happening.
Yeah,
I'm registered for the event, and I've been in communication with them about like preferences for like fitment in the car and stuff like that. So I'm supposed to race it in 2 weeks at Barber Motorsports Park, and I'm also commentating that event.
Okay.
We're not moving fast enough on the like being able to commentate in the car thing, so I don't think that's going to happen. But I'm commentating every other group that's not like the group right around mine and my race.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and either way, it'll be live streamed. I'll share links to watch it and stuff, but I'm super excited to do that. I'm also a little like, I watch these kids and they're like, I say kids because they're probably all younger than me. And some of them are like teenagers, but I really don't want to get my ass kicked. I'm not that worried about that. I think I'm going to be okay. I really don't want to have to like wreck and beat up the car to like be competitive. I'm hoping that I can find the sweet spot of like being a competitive clean driver in
Yeah.
I've never raced one of these spec classes. The closest I've done is like I've raced spec Miata a couple times in like someone's beater car, so you're like 20th, and it's not quite as chaotic, or the car's slow in a straight line
Yeah.
or whatever. I've never been like in a spec race class before, and to me, I watch the style of racing, and I look upon it as it being like maybe a little frustrating. So I'm really curious to see how it
Yeah,
is.
I'm curious how you experience that. If you remember,
The good news
I
is
got
it's
to
not a
race one.
super drafty thing. Yeah, yeah. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, they're not super drafty, and they have a hard top, so like they actually there is like some draft, but you'll be at Barber, so there won't be as much draft.
Yeah,
I did my race at Road Atlanta. I won a sim racing thing, and then Winding Road Racing had me come out and drive one of their cars as like the prize, and I
yep.
got to do like a majors race at Road Atlanta, and it like unfortunately like ended our two races ended under caution. Um, but I remember like during qualifying, I set a time that would have been good enough for like, I don't know, second or third. And then, but they forgot to turn my transponder on. So make sure your transponder's on, Tom. So I had to start in the back. And my first impression, I'm turning into turn one at Road Atlanta. I see a mirror rolling on the ground. I see a fender liner flying into the air. I see like just carnage everywhere and cars going every which direction. And I was like, this is fun.
See, I don't know if that sounds fun. I like, I don't know. In the moment, maybe it'll be fun if it's like that. I don't think it'll be quite like that, but that'll be super fun. I'm looking forward to that.
Barber turn one would make me a little bit nervous. It kind of stacks.
Ooh, I like Barber though. It shouldn't
You do
stack.
like Barber.
Shouldn't be too bad.
Uh,
Maybe if I'm like 10th, it'll stack, but I'm not
yeah.
gonna be 10th.
No, I don't think you'll be 10th.
I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna manifest. I'm not gonna be 10th.
Do you get a test day on
Mind the
Friday?
crest. No, no test day.
Damn,
And
you just jump
I
right into
actually think
quali
this
then.
might be, huh?
You just jump right into quali then, huh?
Yeah, right into qualifying.
Well,
And
Tom, the
but I
good
think
news.
it's maybe an advantage because I mean, I'm a quick learner. I get to pace quick, and I've driven this track a ton,
Mm-hmm.
and there's no test day. And I feel like Barber's maybe a little bit of a sleeper because it's not a big club racing track.
Yeah, true.
It's like a big track day and motorcycle track, but like all the club racing regions, I know they get small events there. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be good.
One thing that I learned when I actually got my quali time for day 2 is that on the race starts, like everyone no lift shifted, and like it. So like I would just maybe experiment with that. Make sure it has like a Walter transmission. But like everyone,
Walter?
yeah, Walter. It's like like he makes he like beefs up transmissions. So like they would definitely
Okay.
be like perfectly fine with like a no lift shift. Um,
Yeah.
but uh, I started in third and I wasn't no lift shifting, and by like turn one I was like swallowed into like the third like row. So I was like 3 wide, and then I got like gobbled up, and then I was like 7th by the end of like by getting to turn 3, and was like, damn it, like I wasn't up here yesterday, so I didn't get to learn like what like the fast guys are doing.
Yeah.
So so like I got like swallowed up like immediately, and then the race ended under caution. It was like it's like dang it. So
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the whole point. The whole reason this came about, if you missed it before listening, is they know that I've been doing the commentary for this class all year, and they thought it would be cool to like have the driver slash commentator person, like I'm a driver first and a commentator second, still in my brain, but have that person be able to like talk about the class better and promote the class better and like
yeah,
be inside it for a weekend, um, so that I can like talk about it better too. So if
yeah,
there's stuff like that, that'll be really interesting. I'm curious about like the tire longevity. I guess it's a totally different Hoosier construction, a Hoosier compound tire that they race on that's like way more durable. I don't know. It'll be cool. So I'll be talking all about that in 2 weeks.
yeah. So you mentioned something about like the commentary during the race. Um, what's up with that? Are they going to try to talk to you while you're driving, or like it maybe won't happen? But what was the idea?
I'd love, yeah, basically just be able to talk to me while I'm driving so that I don't know if they're going to replace me in the booth or just have the guy be by himself. I think it's going to be Greg Ginsburg. So then he'd be able to like cut down to me. I feel like they did this in the 90s and the 2000s like all the time, and then they just kind of stopped doing it.
Okay.
And I don't know why, but I don't know exactly what tech is required to do that, and the conversation about what it takes isn't moving very fast. So I'm not sure that we'll actually be equipped to do it.
I feel like you would just have like an always on radio, and then whoever the producer was would like cue you in and out of the. Are you laughing at Lugad's comment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said they'll need a bleep button. That's very possible. Anyone who's played iRacing with me knows it's not necessarily the same person as podcast Tom or Out of
Oh
the Car
man.
Tom.
Yeah, maybe it's best that you're not mic'd up. Actually, now that we think about this for a little more than a split second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like a chaos shit show and I'm frustrated because
Yeah,
I'm
and
not
you're
willing
like,
to hit anybody, you know?
what are these people doing? Honestly.
These people are crazy. Are those the other cars?
I think you'll have a bunch of fun. And the good news is, Tom, like I agree with you with no practice day. Like I think that might be an advantage for you. Is an NC Miata drives very much like a car, so there's nothing weird about it. So it's not like you have any like
Just a
weird quirks to
car.
get used to. Yeah, it's just a car-ass car. So
The other thing I've thought about this, like zooming way out. I don't know if you've seen these cars, but they go for like the unproven ones, I guess, the whatever ones go for like 50, and they're like north of 60 to 70K often,
that's crazy.
which I think is fucking ludicrous. Sorry, Mazda, if that's what it is, it's what it is. But I'm scared I'm gonna love it, and it's gonna be like a $70,000 NC MX-5 that I'm endorsing, to be like everyone should be doing this. And it's not realistic. Like it should be that's like a $20,000 car in my brain, and I know that's not how racing works.
No,
but I have already thought of that.
maybe like mid 30s, low 40s, because like there is quite a few parts on it. But like so like a good example of one of those cars is like mid teens. Like if you were to just buy like a street car one, and then you got to put all the stuff on it. So like another $20,000 worth of stuff on it kind of makes sense. But like 50, 60, 70 grand, what could possibly be in these cars?
Right. Yeah.
Oh, Lugat said the sealed engine jumps the cost a lot, which is dumb. What? They're just Mazda engines. They're like $800 at a junkyard. Why? Like who's the one getting rich off of these sealed engines?
It's a good question.
Yeah. This is
maybe the person who builds them, like that they slowly earn their, $80,000 a year salary.
Maybe, but
they have to like package the engine certain way.
This is like my GR Cup, like with all the GR86s. Like my
same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing. That could have been a $50,000 race car, which like is a lot of money, but like is approachable for a normal person. And they put so many things on it that doesn't actually do anything for the racing, that ballooned it to like $120,000 GR86. Are you kidding me? Like, what are we doing? The problem is you have all these like people who want to be involved in the thing. Oh, I want my part on there. I want my thing. I want this. And it's like all these like shaken hand deals to be like part of like the series. And people are doing each other favors and whatever. It's like part of like pro motorsports, AKA business racing. And like
racing.
Yeah, and you just end up with these cars that are just like not for normal people, which is frustrating for normal people as a normal person myself.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, like obviously it's working. There's plenty of people racing those GR Cup cars. I just wish it would be
sure.
I just wish it'd be a little bit more feasible to just have one and be able to do pro racing if you wanted to.
Yeah. The crazy part about the GR Cup cars, when I commentated the weekend, I spent some time like trying to learn more about how it would work or how the cars work and like running a car and whatever. And I talked to some people I know from like club racing world who've come from Spec Miata and Spec MX-5 and stuff like that. And they said those cars are like worse than those club racing cars. They're like a street car on the track in terms of like radiator protection, like bent suspension components, like stuff that you think might actually be worth beefing up, not having like a $60,000 or $30,000 transmission.
Right.
They're like, no, it's worth. You have to keep throwing street parts at it constantly because it's not beefed up in some of the ways that it should be.
Yeah.
Like,
also,
so they didn't even get that right. Yeah.
Also, like the twins and the second gen twins, the transmission is like the most reliable part of the car. That's why you can get a junkyard transmission for like $200 because nobody is replacing these things. Like they just last forever. So like replacing a really good like it made sense for the MX-5 Cup cars because like just street driving those things, you can't keep transmissions in them. But like the GR86s, from what I understand, like they're super, super reliable. And because they're so reliable, nobody's replacing them, so they're $200. Like, it's like you could have extras for fun. Like you're like, oh, sometimes I like keep the canopy down with these transmissions I bought. Like you would just be like, they're like, oh, it's convenient
Yeah.
weights. Like, but they put a $18,000 Sedev transmission in it for what? That needs like a bunch of maintenance, like at certain maintenance intervals, and it's like, yeah, there was like some shooken hand somewhere where like that made sense. Or maybe it was like, I don't know, there's gonna be a bunch of teenagers driving this thing and they've never even like they don't even know what an H pattern is. Let's just give them a button to hit. Like like that could be part
I
of it.
bet that was I bet that was a big selling point. We're just speculating at this point. I bet that was a big thing because especially race teams with rentals and stuff.
Yeah.
I was talking to I think I was talking to like Aaron and Andy and Emil at the last endurance race. And I told them that the Jannetta has no ABS, and they're like, they have renters in a endurance car with no ABS.
Yeah, true.
I'm like, yeah,
That's
yeah,
kind of crazy.
so if you're building a basic street car, a basic street based car for a spec series, you want to accommodate stuff like that these days.
Yeah. You know what?
Maybe we should do this topic in the future. I don't know if I can come up with it on the spot. Liam said, "What would the rules for Lizard Cup be?"
Ooh. I'm down for this.
Yours would be spec racing. I don't think mine would be. I don't really love spec racing.
Would you do
fairest.
would you do like power to weight? I feel like spec racing would be the only way to make it fair and cheap.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I say I don't know. I can
See,
come up
like,
quickly enough with it. I'm not very smart when it comes to cars and build. I've never built my own car, so I'm not qualified.
The problem with like power to weight is then you have to have like some kind of mechanism to like enforce it, and like dynos kind of suck. Like it's never
dynos suck, and also people who race the dynos suck.
Right, but then also if you have like specs per certain engines, like the SCCA, then you're encouraging people to like spend a bunch of money to have an engine built within like the limit of that spec, right? Like per engine, per whatever, like SCCA's like ST classes and stuff like that, like road racing ST classes. So
yeah,
like to me, like the cheapest thing you could do is like everyone has the same car, same engine, same all the things. To me, a Lizard Cup would be probably just like a bunch of first gen twins with like minimal
Isn't it
modifications.
crazy that series never happened in the States?
I think there's certain listeners of the podcast that are like trying to make something happen.
It's too late now.
I think it's too late. No, it's not too late. When did Spec Miata happen? Did that happen right when the Miata existed?
No. Spec Miata started in 2005.
Yeah.
So it was right at the end of the life of the NB.
That would be perfect.
It's close. Are they reliable enough for that?
I think so. Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, look at Peter Schnorr's old SSC car. It had like when I sold it, it had 90,000 miles on it, and most of it was autocross and track. And we only replaced the transmission after going on a big rant how awesome they are, because I would miss second gear every once in a while. It was like every 70th shift, I would hit a wall going into second, and the transmissions were so cheap, and we were putting a clutch in anyways. It was like, why don't we just put a transmission in too? So like that's like we just replaced the transmission. And the diff. It had like a noise coming out of it. I think the pinion was going bad. So like that's the only thing the car ever saw in the 90,000 miles of track and autocross.
Yeah.
So I think that and hubs. I needed to replace all 4 hubs. But like that's normal on race car stuff. Like I'm doing a track day with my dad on Friday, and I'm replacing the right rear hub on the Miata because there's like a little bit of play in it. So like hubs and race cars, I'm going to Waterford Hills. It's a little baby track in Michigan. My dad got all geeked up on this like Corvette school he did, so I said, "Oh, we should like go do a track day together someday." Kind of thinking that maybe we would drive his C8 Corvette. No, we're driving a Miata. So,
oh, he's driving your car.
Yeah, he's driving my car.
Oh, he should take his own.
I know
that'll be fun.
So
I came up with it.
Yeah,
it's because I got auctions on the brain. You got to go to a Mannheim auto auction, and you get like $5,000, and you got to buy whatever you can. That's Lizard Cup. You take it to the track.
At an auction.
No mods.
No mods.
Not even safety. Just bring it.
But that doesn't sound like a good competition. That just sounds whoever got lucky at the auction. Nope, I don't like this. This hurts the lizard. No. You got to spend $5,000 on a car that will probably be dangerous at a racetrack, and it's a dice roll whether you win or not. Nah. Nope. Not down for that.
I don't know.
No, it would be minimal modifications, first gen twin, like like maybe a little bit more than SSC. You could do like sway bars and then like a single adjustable like spec coilover. Since Lou God's in here, maybe some shaft work. Since Anthony's in here, maybe some Thunder Lane, huh? Something, right?
Sure.
And that would basically be it. You don't need the power mods, like no diff, no anything. Like just not even brake kits. Like, cause the cars are like they're perfectly fine. Just like you can throw brake pads on it. Like just leave it as is. You can leave the torque dip, leave everything, the cats, everything on the car.
How about a giant, like NASCAR style spoiler on the back so they draft like crazy though?
Hmm.
Actually, that sounds annoying. I would want to commentate that race. I wouldn't want to drive that race.
I don't know how much. Yeah, I don't
I
know
wouldn't
how
want
much
to
they
drive.
would
I
draft.
don't like twins that much. I don't think the first gen ones.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of like what would be the most feasible. Because like here's the thing: is the more approachable a series is, generally, assuming that like the cars are remotely fun to drive, generally like the competition is going to be more because more people are able to participate if they wanted to. There's not like a barrier
Yeah.
to entry. So if you make the barrier to entry real low, then chances are the competition will be better. Therefore, the driving will be better. And also therefore like you could be a little bit more strict with like what the anticipated behavior or the expected behavior is for the series. So if somebody's not doing the expected behavior, you just go drive your slow FRS somewhere else. Like don't drive it here. So,
Yeah.
yep. That's to me that's what Lizard Cup would be.
You've thought about this. I have not. Liam, I'll think about it. I'll get back to you.
Okay. Yeah, I already know what Tom's
Yeah, there was a
gonna say.
NASA.
I already know
there
what Tom's
was
gonna say.
what, Spec Camaro?
Ooh, damn, that would be pretty good. No, I was thinking like a spec cop car and like snow tires.
That could be fun. Like, yeah, not maybe it would need to be a little quicker somehow, which means modifying, which means sucks. But I do think there is a big hole in the like old Trans Am style Camaros and Mustangs. If it works
Yeah,
in F Street for autocross, it should work on a road course, right?
I don't
Just
think
like
that's how it
leave them
works.
be.
I don't think it works like
It
that.
should be close. It should be close. That would be up my alley.
So like newer Camaros, you just like literally as is, you just put a cage in them and a seat, and like that's
No,
good.
they pass crash tests.
Oh, you don't even need a cage.
I wouldn't need it. No, I would race a. That might be getting a little quick, but no, it would be Camaro Mustang Challenge, but Lizard version with new ones,
Okay.
not modified very much.
All right. So like the barrier to entry would be like how much does a Camaro cost? Like 50?
A little under that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then like you'd have to do some kind of race car prep to it. I doubt we'd be able to get away with road racing cars without cages.
I know you're thinking about this so realistically. I don't know. I don't have answers for realistic. I just know what kind of goofy stuff I want to do.
Look, I would race a car without a cage. I'm not planning on crashing anytime soon. So like we're good. So like I'm also not planning on catching on fire. So we don't even need fire suppression, anything. You know what? Don't even need a fire suit. Who's planning on catching on fire?
I might not even wear shoes.
Sandals. Yeah. Oh my God. Disclaimer, I'm kidding. Always wear your fire suit. And also, if you can afford the safety equipment, buy the safety equipment.
I swear to God, I remember this watching on TV. Have you ever seen figure eight racing? They do like late models, but figure eight.
Yeah.
Or modifieds.
Yeah.
I was watching one of those races. I swear I remember. And like the guy winning, he was like the guy at this circle track, this small, whatever you call it, this speedway. And his nickname was Barefoot Billy, and he raced his car barefoot. And they had a pedal cam on his car, and you could see his feet like actually being barefoot.
Did he at least take care of his
swear
toenails?
I remember this being a thing.
Did he at least take care of his toenails? Like I feel like if my thing is like barefoot racer, like at least my toenails are gonna look sick. Like I'm getting like petties. I'm getting petties and stuff. You know what I mean?
Nicely pedicured.
Yeah, like
it could be. I don't know. I could be misremembering this.
Like there's gonna be a sheen to my big toenail. Like it's gonna catch the light. Like bing. So, yeah. If you know what Tom's talking about, post it in the Discord, please. Because not that I want to look.
Anyone knows Barefoot Billy?
Yeah, not that I want to like check out Barefoot Billy's feet, but now I'm curious. So,
would you do a figure eight race like that?
I don't know if I'd do a figure eight race because, like I said, I don't plan on crashing, and I feel like if you do a figure eight race, you're kind of planning on crashing.
I agree. I don't know that I would do it. I also I just hate getting hit. I don't care
Same.
if it's a go-kart
It's
track, a sim,
scary.
like I hate getting hit.
It's scary. It's like a jump scare.
Yeah, I'm like not a contact sport person.
Yeah,
So I
dude.
don't think that would be for me.
I don't do well with jump scares. Like when I put something in the toaster, I have to walk away from it because if I'm just looking at it, when it pops, I get like a little. I'm serious. Am I the only one like that? I can't be the only one.
Today we learned DJ knows how to make toast though.
hey, during Lincoln, I made breakfast burritos on Sunday. And
Yum.
I think they would be Tom O'Gorman approved. They had.
How long did you microwave them for? Were they frozen before, or were they just like in the microwave or in the in the fridge?
I cooked eggs. I even crisped up the tortillas a little bit. I'm learning. I'm a new man over here, Tom. I'm learning new skills.
Yum.
But
we should make a feast one day at Nationals. That sounds fun.
That does sound fun. Ooh.
We could have like a Monday brunch with everybody at the Airbnb we got.
Yeah. Well, you
like
say
the 4 people we like the most.
Yeah, I was gonna say you say everybody. We're talking to hundreds, if not 1,000-ish people. I don't think I can support. Like, look, if you guys want to wait 2 weeks in line for a burrito, then like it might work. But I doubt people have the free time to stand around for 2 weeks while I prepare their burrito.
I want to see what the neighbors would do. There's just like hundreds of autocrossers going through their neighborhood to a house.
We would get an Airbnb, but we would also have to like rent a food truck. Dang. Dude, food trucks should be making breakfast burritos. They're missing out. What are they doing?
Yeah, good point.
I feel like
some of them do breakfast.
Yeah, it's always like sandwiches that are like prepared beforehand and they're in like one of those like steam trays and they come out kind of like soggy. So, but we should take turns making breakfast at Nationals. That would be fun.
That would be good.
Yeah.
When do you run? I run Tuesday, Wednesday, second heat.
Same. So I guess we can't hang out during that. I think you're on the other course.
At least we get to hang out the rest of the time. Yeah, I am.
Yeah. Cool. We'll share videos with each other. All right, Tom, what did you learn?
I don't know if that'll work, will it?
Well, at least you'll get to see like what the course looks like at speed. It's better than nothing.
Oh, for the next day. Yeah,
for the next day. Yeah. So
an X-Class Lotus Evora and a CST car, basically the same.
Yeah, I mean, we'll kind of end up in the same spots. So it will be mostly okay. I mean, look, like at least my video will be high quality and you'll be able to see out the windshield. I don't know what's going to happen with your camera because like getting video is not your forte. But maybe I can check the settings before you run. Oh, Chris is? Okay, good. All right. Yeah, see, look. So we already got like high quality video like lined up for each other. That's good. This is going to be a great solo nationals. I can't wait for it.
I'm actually really excited about it.
All right,
so we are going to do a shorter episode. Do you want to wrap it up here?
We could do one question and then wrap it. I have to go get a car from the dealership and they closed last time I tried to do it, so I kind of need to be tight on the timeline.
Sounds good. We could do a silly one. Robert wants to know what our favorite Gatorade color is. This episode's been a mess, so why not?
Okay. I don't know.
Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah. Emails. All right. So yeah, we got Gatorade color to talk about from Robert. I don't know color or like we're assuming just like flavor, right?
Yes.
Okay. Cause like I don't know, like
I do think Gatorade is color flavored though.
Yes, like all the different colors are the different flavors. So I remember growing up, like my go-to Gatorade was Riptide Rush. Do you know which one that is, Tom?
No clue.
That's the purple one. I don't see it that much anymore though. All I see, like the only thing that survived from like the ice like variant of Gatorade, because they just had the regular Gatorades forever, and then they came out with like the iced versions or the frost, or I forget what they call them. Somebody help me. Matt Martin says only cops know the real flavor names. DJ is a cop. Is people not knowing what's your favorite flavor, Tom? Do you not know the name of the flavor?
I don't know the name of the flavor. I know that I like it's cherry flavored and it's white because I
Okay.
like it's like a little spin. It throws you off.
Yeah. I used to know the name of that. Like, cause it's like icy cherry or something. It has like a name to it. But anyways, Riptide Rush is my favorite, but I haven't seen it in a very long time. If I'm gonna get Gatorade, normally I go for one of the electrolyte ones now
Same.
because it just
I
seems
honestly
more
just
efficient.
I kind of have a lifetime supply of electrolyte packets now from the Zenith Racing Series catering cart or hospitality cart because they just have them on there and you can grab a handful.
Yeah, that works too.
Those are so expensive, so I just grab a bunch of them.
Yeah. But yeah, one of the electrolyte Gatorades, probably like the one of the like the sugar-free ones. If I feel like I've already eaten too many sugary things that weekend. Uh, if not, and if I'm really craving sugar, then I'll get the sugary one. But it really doesn't matter. They all kind of taste the same. It really doesn't matter what color it is. So sorry, Robert, if that's a little bit of a tease. But Riptide Rush, if anybody sees that, let me know. I miss it. I haven't seen it in a while.
Ryan said all sport. I feel like I was a little kid when all sport went away.
Yep. See, look.
Remember
It
that?
was
That was my
Frost.
favorite Trans Am car, though. What?
Jackie posted a picture. It was Frost. It wasn't ice. It was Frost, and it was called Riptide Rush. See it? You had to have drank those. Those were like the best ones. Dude, I remember
I'm sure I had one, but
like 2-a-days during like football practice. You'd have a practice in the morning and then you'd have another one like right after lunch. And during lunch, I'd be like drinking a Riptide Rush, just like getting ready for like the second football practice of the day. Like that just brings me back. I can like feel my gym shorts. It's good.
we had very different high school experiences. Although I do remember I played volleyball up through halfway through sophomore year, and then I got my driver's license, and then I got into autocross, and then I quit everything else I used to do. And before I quit everything else, our volleyball coach, she was also a teacher, and she would like stock the lunchroom and make sure we were eating healthy stuff.
Yeah.
So that we were like making good choices.
Mm.
And then we would catch her like eating candy. We would always like call her out on it.
In wrestling, we would stalk each other and make sure that we weren't eating because we had to make weight.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I kind of feel like Gatorade's it's a scam. All of those are kind of a scam in my mind.
a little bit because you really just need like the salt and the potassium and whatever else.
And the water.
Yeah.
Just drink water.
And then they like throw a bunch of sugar in it so like it's like palatable, but like honestly, I don't need it palatable. I just want to feel better. And you know what does that for me? Here. This is actually like here's a cheat code for everyone in listening to the podcast right now. Pickles. Don't drink
Pickle
a Gatorade.
juice.
Just eat a pickle, or I guess you could drink the juice too if you want to feel like a little bit of a monster. But like pickles are the best track food. Like I seriously, if you're ever feeling a little run down after spending a bunch of time outside, just eat a pickle or two and you're just good. Like you just feel instantly better.
Yep.
So
I brought whole pickle jars to our endurance races before.
Yep. Yeah. No,
People open the cooler. Whose pickles are these?
Whose pickles? And you're like, have one. And then they have one and then they're a believer. Then they know.
Mm-hmm. What is Diego said? What's a good PED for time trials? Is that the same thing?
Performance.
Should we open that can of worms? What is that?
Performance enhancing drug.
Oh.
Yeah.
A hangover.
Red Bull. Yep. You need to be caffeinated before you go do laps. Like you can't just go out. You can't just do laps not caffeinated. What are we doing here? Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's Red Bull. Do you have a performance enhancing drug?
Fun, being high on life. I don't know.
Oh, another one.
I have noticed like my carb intake is the biggest thing. That's such a lame answer.
Yeah.
Kratom.
You know, another one that works for me sometimes is crystal meth. That one's really effective when it comes to putting laps down. So
what flavor of Gatorade is that?
Is
that the other white one?
It's Riptide Rush. I'm just kidding. Don't do meth. But yeah, I don't. To me, like being caffeinated and well fed is gonna like lead to the best lap.
Yep.
I know like there's a lot of people who are like, ooh, I can't eat before like I like do laps or like I compete or whatever, man, I don't know if that's like a nerves thing or something, but like you literally concentrate better if you're fed and your like sugar levels, like blood sugar levels, and like if you have fuel, because like your brain uses like 20% of your body's energy. If you're hungry when you're driving, you're literally not able to concentrate as much as you would be otherwise. So to all the
Yeah.
people that say, "Oh, I can't eat like before I drive," I think you're leaving something on the table. Like maybe get over that, or maybe eat a little, like not right before you drive, but like don't be starving throughout the day and then like you eat after your runs and it's like 3 o'clock. Like you guys are messing up.
That's kind of what I'm saying. If you're not a big eater on race days or competition days, have like a giant carb dinner, just like tons of pasta and some meatballs the night before, and you won't need to eat a lot during the day and you'll have plenty of energy.
Perhaps.
Oh my God, Jackie, how do you know that? Did I tell the story of having diarrhea
Yeah, you did.
slash food poisoning at Solon? I did.
Yeah,
Okay.
you did. Okay.
I don't remember anything about this
Yeah, yeah.
podcast. Anyway,
We're
what
gonna
are you doing this weekend?
we're gonna blame
You're going to
Taylor.
track day?
Yeah, we're gonna blame Taylor Farms for your one solo Nats experience, Tom.
It was Chipotle.
Well, that I think they used to get their lettuce from Taylor Farms, Tom. So not anymore.
Yeah.
Not anymore because they had too many diarrhea lettuce situations. This weekend, yeah, I'm doing a track day with my dad on Friday, and then I'm doing a NWR 2-day event, driving with Stuart again in the D Street car. So that will be Saturday and Sunday.
Nice.
So I got
How
3
is
days
debating
of
coming up?
3 days of motorsports in a row. It'll be nice.
That's awesome. Do you have like every free day is motorsports before Solo Nationals?
Yep. 2-day events even. So I'm ready.
Attaboy. There you go. Look out, CST. He's going to be ready.
Watch out. Even though like
or so tired.
even though I'm only driving the CST car one more time before Solo Nationals. So, but I'm driving a bunch.
Yep.
So that's, I mean, really, I think that's more of what matters is just getting in the drive time. I don't think it really matters what you drive.
Yep.
So what are
I
you
was
doing?
debating coming up to that. You may see me Sunday.
Okay.
I don't know. The 6-hour round trip and like a couple $100 in gas is a little tough.
You could probably hitch a ride with somebody. Cody Mills, you should come up to the NWR event and then pick up Tom. You guys live in the same area.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Either way.
I say Cody because he's in the chat, just in case the people listening to the podcast are confused why I just called out Cody. Oh, he's doing a rally cross this weekend. Oh no, Tom, it looks like you're gonna have to do a rally cross instead.
You know, I was stalking Motorsports Reg to see if there's anything closer, and I saw that Cincinnati region has a rally cross this weekend.
Cody, what are you driving? Not the CST car, I hope.
The hard part was with rally crosses. Well, I don't know a lot of people, so I've done one and co-drove with, but the car just gets so ruined. I feel bad beating up someone else's car like that.
Yeah, look, somebody reach out to look, if you want the Tom O'Gorman to beat up your car at a rally cross, then reach out, and he will happily beat up your car at a rally cross, and then he gets to talk all about it on the podcast because I want to hear all about it. So
it would be fun.
Hopefully that happens.
We'll see.
Maybe I'll release the episode early just so more people get to listen to it before this weekend, Tom.
Yeah. Anthony told me to just go bid on cars at my work. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. It would work. All right, I think that's basically the show. Sorry for a short one, everyone, but we'll do an extra long one sometime in the future. You got any closing thoughts, Tom?
No, I'm good. I had fun.
Cool.
It's good catching up.
It was good catching up. All right, I'm going to play the outro. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Okay. I, once again, have not planned for this, but, I'm going to make this one just for you, DJ. I love your hair, and I hope you win.